What are you two staring at?
Just wondering which one of you talks the loudest.
You new girls don't know who you're messing with. Pretty sure we do.
Oh, yeah.
Told you, we're not done yet.
Yeah, you are.
It began like a whisper, quiet, almost harmless. Two new girls walking down the long hallway of a suburban high school, heads held high, eyes steady, their presence turning heads instantly. They looked alike, twin sisters, tall, athletic, with braided hair that glistened in the morning sun streaming through the glass panels. But behind those calm faces hid a storm no one could see coming. The school was not ready for them, and the bullies who saw them as easy targets, they were about to learn a painful lesson. What happens when the ones you underestimate turn out to be the strongest of all? Watch till the end, because this story doesn't end how anyone expected. Wait a second, tell us where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Naomi and Nia had just moved from Atlanta to a small Midwestern town. In this place, diversity mainly existed on TV. Their father, a retired Marine, had accepted a new job there, and the girls transferred to the local high school mid-semester. They were used to change, but not to the stares that followed them here. The kind that whispered questions, the kind that carried judgment. Every morning they walked into class together, quiet but confident. They joined the track team and lifted more than most boys in the gym. Yet, whispers followed them, about their skin, their hair, their accents. "They're too proud," someone said once. Naomi pretended not to hear. Nia smiled like she didn't care. But deep down, both felt it. That familiar sting, the one that said, "You don't belong here." They didn't know it yet, but the moment that feeling turned into action was coming fast. And when it did, it would reveal exactly who they really were. It started in the locker room, a place where words turned sharp and laughter hid cruelty. A group of girls, led by one named Claire, made it their mission to make the twins' days miserable. It began small, snide comments about their hair, their clothes, the way they spoke. Then came the accidental spills, juice on their gym bags, scratches on their lockers. Each time the twins let it slide. Their father had taught them patience, composure, and restraint. "Never fight from anger," he used to say. "Fight only when you must." But bullies read kindness as weakness. And so the games grew bolder. One afternoon, after track practice, Naomi returned to find her running shoes floating in the toilet. Laughter echoed from behind the stalls. That sound, sharp, mocking, cruel, cracked something deep inside her. She clenched her fists, remembering her father's training sessions in their garage. Boxing gloves, heavy bags, discipline. "Control the storm before it controls you," he'd say. The next day they walked to school differently. Still calm, still silent, but their steps carried weight. The bullies didn't notice, not yet. In the cafeteria, Claire and her friends cornered the twins. Phones were out. The plan was simple. Humiliate the new girls, post it online, get the usual likes and laughs. But the twins didn't flinch. The moment Claire shoved Naomi's tray, something shifted. Time slowed. The crowd quieted. The twins looked at each other, an unspoken message flashing between them. No more running. No more silence. The shove came hard. A slap of humiliation meant to draw cheers. But before it could land, Naomi stepped aside. The move was quick and precise. Claire stumbled forward, her confidence cracking. Nia was there instantly, calm, controlled, trained. In seconds, the chaos reversed. The bullies found themselves face to face not with frightened new girls, but with fighters who had learned discipline, balance, and power since childhood. No punches were thrown, just the unmistakable shift of dominance. A wrist caught midair. A leg swept gently aside. A table tipped, trays clattered, and silence fell. What everyone expected to be an easy humiliation turned into a lesson in presence. The twins didn't hit back. They didn't need to. Their control spoke louder than violence. Teachers rushed in, breaking the tension, shouting, demanding explanations. But every eye in that cafeteria saw it clearly. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it simply stands tall and unbroken. By the time the principal arrived, the bullies' smirks had vanished, their power gone. The twins had rewritten the narrative without saying a word. The story spread through the school faster than any rumor. The twins stood up to them. They didn't even fight. They just handled it. By the next morning, Naomi and Nia weren't the new girls anymore. They were the girls everyone respected. Claire and her friends avoided them after that day, not out of fear, but shame. Weeks passed, and something changed in the air. The quiet racism, the whispers, the jokes, began to fade. Not because it disappeared overnight, but because people had seen something different. Strength without hate. The twins joined self-defense training at the community center, teaching younger kids, black, brown, and white, how to stand tall without violence. Their father watched proudly from the sidelines one day as his daughters led a class of nervous middle schoolers through drills. His voice echoed in their memories. Control the storm before it controls you. They had learned to do precisely that. But this story isn't just about them. It's about every child who's ever been underestimated because of the color of their skin, every whispered insult they've had to swallow, every silent tear they've hidden. Racism isn't always loud. Sometimes it hides behind laughter, behind just jokes, behind traditions that should have died long ago. But strength, real strength, doesn't need to shout. It simply endures, rises, and inspires. The twins never looked for revenge. They chose something more substantial, respect. So, the next time you see someone different, someone new, someone the world tries to push aside, remember Naomi and Nia. Remember how they turned pain into power without ever raising a fist. Because sometimes, the best way to fight back is to rise higher than those who tried to keep you down, and stories like this will remind us that every act of quiet strength chips away at the walls that divide us. What about you? Have you ever witnessed someone being judged before being known? Share your thoughts below and tell us, which country and city are you watching from? Take care.